Yo, what's good, TSF Entertainment? Welcome back to our channel. And we are here today to talk about Power, Book 4, Force. This is who we are. And I am joined today by such beautiful people. My family is here. My family is here. We got the lovely, our sister in arms, Miss Honey. We
Hey
got
everybody.
the boss lady. She has a hard job managing these fellas around here.
It is. It's so hard. Oh my gosh.
It's not that hard.
Oh, it's hard.
And my brother Jack of Jordans. So Juggernaut of Souls is not able to be with us today. He may pop in with us later on today, but we're gonna go ahead and get started and talk about this thing. Episode where we're at episode 6, because I know we missed last week, guys.
Episode 6.
Yeah, we're on episode 6 now. This is who we are. So what y'all think about the episode?
Oh well, I feel like the episode. I feel like this episode was sort of slow. I feel like it was slowing down a little bit. I guess setting us up for the last couple of episodes. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like a whole lot. It wasn't like a whole lot of action.
Well, that was last
slow
week.
down.
Yeah, that was last week. Gave us all of the killings and shootings and stuff.
Why
Yeah, I
do you
need
need
to
to slow down?
I didn't like last week's episode. And I think it was just like too much going on. But I think that's what the whole season is, just too much going on all at once. Everything is being crammed into once, and they're not really taking their time with developing the characters. And maybe it's just a little, I don't know, maybe I just still miss the old way that they did the first Power, where we had certain villains for seasons and certain things going on for season on and then develop instead of just all being rushed and crammed. So I felt as though that for me that this episode needed to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, because we get a villain now, and they're out the same episode they're introduced. And you really don't even get a chance to understand where the beef is at. Because I mean, it's just like with Tatiana. She was here and gone the same episode.
Right.
Right. Yeah. It's like we got a whole new villain that came in. So now we gotta figure out what that is with the I mean, we'll get to that, but we got a whole new person this episode, and now you sitting here all over again, like what?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't hate the episode. I liked the fact that our groups were kind of split up a little bit more. Like Diamond and Jannard, they had their own stuff that was going on, and Tommy was really more with Claudia this episode. So I like that component. But I'm with JOJ. I just feel like it's so much going on. Like, we don't really need the feds right now. Y'all know how I feel about the JP situation. Like let's do that second season. Like, let the feds get on to their situation second season. Why are we introducing them? It's in this nonsensical way. I don't know.
And then these fans, they're so comic book like.
It's like Men in Black.
Yeah, they're like Men in Black. They're not even taken as a serious threat. Like, this like brush them off. Like, go
that's
away.
That's like Officer Bennigan. Like, nobody takes you seriously, sir. You are no threat. Nobody is afraid of you. You just keep getting punked. Like,
and the feds are pulling people over just
to driving off.
What made them think that he was one? Like, okay, so Claude is a loyal soldier. They've been together. Now we found out in this episode that they're actually related, by marriage. What made you think that without any hard evidence, without anything to hold over his head, that he'd just be ready to jump ship? He was pushing a Bentley. You think he was ready to leave what kind of lifestyle he got rolling just because y'all say so? Just because y'all say, oh, the feds are coming? He was like, he Teflon. Like, what are you talking about? He ain't going nowhere.
But they had nothing to say. They pulled him over. They had nothing. It was just
Nothing. Like
like,
he left them sitting there
hey,
looking stupid.
if you think about it, no pressure, but if you want
If you
to
want to
think
join,
about perhaps betraying your boss
Yeah.
and coming and joining us,
Even phone call let me know. They had no
Right.
leverage.
Yeah, no leverage
They had
whatsoever.
no leverage at
no
all to
pressure.
even sweat.
Call us back. Let's
But
hash
if you
this
feel
thing
like
out.
but if you feel like it,
Send me a
the offer looks
DM,
great.
if you just feel like
I
Just hit
feel
me up.
like the writers going back to like, I mean, going back to like the whole thing, and then I guess we can get into the episode. I feel like the writers at the beginning of this were almost afraid that Tommy couldn't carry a show. So they figured, well, we're gonna throw everything at the kitchen
Oh, so
wall
it's
and something's
padded.
gonna stick. And I feel
Mhm.
like that was part of their fear. And I feel like that's why they gave us so much so fast, so soon. It was like we've gotta make people like Tommy or like the show. We gotta get him something. And I feel like that's what they did. They just threw everything at the wall to see what would stick. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit padded. I mean, and now they're just disposing of characters in this, like, again, nonsensical way. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So the episode starts off with Tommy and Claudia. They're burying Mai's body. So last week, Mai slapped the shit out of Claudia. She slapped the shit out of her.
She came from way down here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She just
that
brought
thing
it
came out. Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
She took all the life force that she had in her body and that slap.
Okay.
She slapped the shit out of Claudia last
She
week.
sure
And,
did.
Claudia stuck her in the back of the head with an ice pick. So
I knew the minute I saw that ice pick, I was like, "Who's using
Yep.
ice picks?
a big ass block
Yep.
of ice.
I was like, there go the murder
Who's
weapon.
doing this?" I knew
There
it.
go the
I
murder
said,
weapon.
"There go the murder
So
weapon."
she
Well,
called.
yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, you knew that when you saw her using it every episode. I mean, every scene, she's chipping at ice. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Who is
That's
doing
the
it?
Who's
murder
shipping
weapon.
that ice?
Yep.
Who
I said that
is
too.
doing it?
Because remember, I had said the week before that Mai was up out of here. We all pretty much knew that Mai was up out of
Oh
here.
yeah, we knew she was gone. Yeah.
So I said the same thing, Crystal. When I saw her kept using that ice pick in every scene when she was at the little bar, I said, yeah, that's gonna be the murder weapon right there. She gonna stab her with the ice
I
pick.
was like, ice block. What is this? Little House on the Prairie? No one has ice blocks anymore.
You're right.
Do you go get that out of the freezer? I mean, when do you even get a whole big block of ice like that?
This
it
is how
delivered?
people used to keep their food cold. They would put an ice block in the cooler, and it would just keep everything in there cold. I was like, who's got ice blocks?
I don't know.
Weird.
So we're left to assume that she called Tommy for help. So it was good to see that she reached out to Tommy, which she really didn't have anyone else that she could have reached out to because she couldn't call her brother, she couldn't call her father for help without them knowing that she got a little sideline thing going. So she called Tommy for help, and we see that she's kind of like she's struggling, not necessarily struggling with, but she's kind of out of place in this situation, like. And Tommy's doing it with such ease. And she's like, well, what do we do now? And Tommy was like, oh, say goodbye. Ain't nothing for you. You killed her.
I mean, she did the hard part already.
Yeah,
He
did
just
the
had to
hard
dig the
part
hole.
already.
Although digging a hole is hard work. What I loved about this,
I think she was stunned.
She was
she was definitely a little bit shocked. But
Yeah.
once they say it's like eating potato chips. Once you get one body, the rest are easy.
That's so funny.
That's what they say. Look at Raising Canaan. He got one body under him after that. He was like,
he was on a spree then, ain't it?
Well, shoot, look at Claudia. By the end of the episode, she ain't hesitate.
Those bodies.
Well, she
didn't really have a choice either, though, because it was either eat or get eaten.
So. Oh yeah, no, I understand, but I'm just saying she ain't hesitate. Like it was like, all right, let's roll with it. Like
yeah, let's do it.
What I loved about this scene was it started with them working together in this way, and it kind of ended with them working together in this way, and it knits them together in this fashion because he literally knows where her bodies are buried. Literally. And she literally knows where he buries his bodies, right? Like how he disposes of his bodies. So I mean, it bonds them in this weird type of way where they really can't, what do you call it?
They can implicate each other at any point.
Yeah, they can't really throw each other under the bus per se. So And then the trend stayed through the entire episode where he was kind of schooling her in this big brother, fatherly type way, although there's this chemistry between the two of them.
I was thinking that too, that they're developing chemistry, and I actually kind of like it. One of y'all, if not both of y'all, said this in earlier episodes that there was going to be a chemistry between the two of them. I still don't think it's as strong as the chemistry with him and Liliana. I
No,
really like him and Liliana. They are a great sidekick.
Liliana's my
I like
girl.
him and Liliana in a brother sister kind of way, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
I think him and Claudia might end up crossing that line. Whereas for him and Liliana, that ain't never gonna be good.
yeah. And you actually, you know what? That'll be something different for Tommy because whereas Holly was trying to get into life, but she made a mess of everything. Lakeisha was trying to get into life, she made a mess of everything. But if they do end up getting into any type of relationship, they're going to probably end up getting in a sexual relationship. But I don't know how far Tommy's going to take it. But if they do get up into a relationship, they could be a powerhouse. They could really be a powerhouse
Well,
couple.
if they do get into a relationship, it proves me wrong that the Flynn's aren't kin to Tommy because
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why I said if by episode 7, if they're not smashing or whatever, then it would solidify for me that somehow they must be akin some sort of way.
Mm.
That'd be a
If they
unique twist.
smash, then we know that's wrong.
But
I
no,
never thought about them being related. We definitely know that there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Tommy and his mama's
And the
situation
grandma.
in Chicago and grandma. Yeah. And so we still know that somebody is paying grandma's bill. Now, we definitely have had we've talked about who we think it is, but it could very easily be Walter.
that's right. Or maybe even if, hey, you know what? She may be related. They may be not necessarily blood related, but related through marriage. Because we don't know who the grandmothers had dealings with as well.
I mean,
So
they could have been a separate clan.
that's
Tommy's people
that's
could
a
have
good
been a separate
twist.
clan, and the Flynn's could be a separate clan. And then maybe the Flynn's came in and usurped Tommy's clan, right?
Yeah,
We don't know.
yeah. But that would be a lot of conflict if that does end up playing out that way.
It's too intricate. It's too
It's
intricate. We're not
very
doing intricate on this.
but the thing about it is knowing
Yeah.
how Walter feels about minorities,
Well,
and
yeah.
to bring in the fact that Tommy has a biracial brother, Walter will have a fit about that.
Walter better deal with Gloria sitting down at his dinner table for Sunday dinner. He better get with that first. He got bigger fish to fry.
We need to make sure that
Hey,
plate out there.
it ain't gonna be like Monet dinner table.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, no, not at all.
It ain't gonna be
it might
like
be another dinner,
that.
If
right?
Gloria's sick, he could always just take Adrian. Walter won't know the difference between the two.
Oh damn.
Right. So then the scene switches to they're burying Elijah. So Elijah got killed, which we saw that too. We knew that he was going to get killed, and they're at the funeral, and everybody from CBI is there and paying their respects. And we see Diamond give Elijah's mama an envelope full of money, and they went
Right there in front of everybody, so she
right
can
there in
get
front of
bludgeoned upside her head on the way into her.
What did y'all think about that scene? I really thought that what's his name was going to show out because he was like, "This is all Tommy's fault," and Donna was like, "No, it's not. We knew what the choices, we knew what the risks were when we made the choice." So
That's the thing that I don't understand about what's his name,
Janard.
Jannard, and Vic. Like, listen, y'all signed up for this shit. Y'all know y'all was going after the Serbians. Y'all knew what the deal was, which I thought y'all was gonna come out and not have. Like, I understand it. Y'all right hand man was the ones that got hit, but y'all act like y'all don't know the rules to the game. And like when they said to Tommy, well, you didn't lose nobody. Literally, Tommy almost lost his right hand, but and that's the thing. Wasn't Jannard the one that saved Tommy last week?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so confused now.
But everybody said he was doing that to save Liliana.
But I'm still confused. Like but again, you saved Liliana, which is Tommy's right hand, and you literally said you didn't lose nobody because of you, nigga.
yeah. I agree,
Look,
Lock Queen. He is very emotional.
I think he's very emotional, and I think he just kind of
unstable.
disregards
He's
another.
unstable.
He disregards the other aspect of the game. Like, hello, you're a drug dealer. Guess what comes with being a drug dealer? Cops, deaths, losses,
Jail. Right.
robbery. All this
Yeah,
stuff
I
comes with being a
completely.
drug dealer. You just,
I
you
had
just, the success part of it. This is the other part of it. I'm sorry, it was your right hand man, but it's part of the game.
And
I had
you're
so
right.
much
He whines
sympathy
about
for him
everything.
though.
He whines about, oh, this is not fair. This happened. Oh no, what about this? Like, dude, it's called the risk.
Like I'm gonna need you to stop being a bitch and just
Yeah,
I had so much empathy for him. During this when it first started, like I get it,
I have
being a
no
middle
empathy for him.
child, right? But now I'm just like, shut up.
right. I'm a
Right.
middle child too,
Go
but
to school. Go
He's
to school, dude. You ain't got to do this. Your brother gonna handle it. Go to
Right.
school. Be who you gonna be instead of you know what I'm saying? Go to school. Like,
okay.
don't have nothing to do with it. It's just a drug game. It's just
I don't want to get off the topic, but
Tommy's your issue. It's not to
Right.
poke up your nose. Tommy's the problem. Really? Shut the duck up.
yeah.
And
Go
listen,
back.
I don't want to get off topic, but can I ask a quick question to y'all of the panel? These are the most using their own product drug dealers I have ever seen in my damn life.
Man.
What in the hell?
Have they not listened to Biggie?
I feel like they make it cold.
Like, what did Biggie teach us?
I am
Don't
sitting
get
here
high
like,
of their own
so
supply.
all y'all just
They
getting
just sit
high.
there.
All y'all getting high.
Mhm.
I was like, what the hell?
I'm
I've
like,
never
man, y'all gotta chill, man.
I have never seen such undisciplined drug dealers in my life.
And Jannard be stay dragging lines. He be dragging like 4 or 5 lines.
And then following it out with a blunt, a big old fat blunt. I mean,
yeah.
Well, the blunt, I hate to be that way, but the blunt I'm not even worried about so much as
I'm
all of them
not either.
all of them
proponent of-
and even not to jump ahead, but even the Latino chick, like, you don't even know what that is.
Well, that I look at it a little differently. Now, Jannard, he's just dragging lines just because he just want to be high all the time. But they were testing out the product, though. They were testing out the product.
You don't test out your own product.
Yeah, well, before you put it out on the street, I feel like you need to test.
You give it to somebody else like she did.
Yeah, you give it to somebody that's already using.
Right. You
Kanan
like,
already taught us. They came to teach us back in the 90s what we were supposed to do. You kill up a whole apartment building full of crackheads.
Okay.
That's how you test your product.
Yeah. Like
they
how
did on
Katie did. Like how
Kanan,
Katie did.
like they did on Kanan.
Yeah, Katie took out
Right,
a
Lady
whole
V, he does bring it up every episode, and I'm getting tired of bringing it up. If you want to go back to school and you blame I'm supposed to be Ivy League and I was going halfway Carlton with it, then go do that.
Yeah, you got the money now.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm sick of that too.
Your
Like, we get it, but I'm gonna need you to let that go.
It's just constant. It's constant. If he's not talking about that, he's talking about Tommy. I mean, you guys voted him out of the club. He can't come to the clubhouse anymore. But every time you turn around, you're bringing this dude up.
Right, y'all quit Tommy and put him out the club. Like,
we voted you out. When they said we voted you out, I was like.
The crazy part about it is y'all need him more than he needs y'all.
Exactly. And even Diamond realized that when they were out there talking, and Diamond was like, and even Jannard was like, yo, we never had it like this before. And Diamond was like, yeah, because of Tommy. Like, you could see in his face that he was like, yeah, we got all this shit because of Tommy, you know?
Yep. And did you well, we are jumping ahead, but it doesn't matter. Do you think that Diamond had a little bit of regret about that, about voting Tommy out?
Yep.
When he
I
made
don't
that
think he wanted
realization.
to.
Yeah. I felt that.
I think he was probably outvoted. I don't think Diamond wanted to vote Tommy out. I think he was outvoted.
Yeah.
I mean,
you saw that when he gave Tommy his asking price for the drugs, he didn't even negotiate. He was like, fuck it, all right, 38, you got it.
Yeah.
He's not as good at rock, paper, scissors as Vic and Jannard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
He's like, you can't be a part of the club anymore. You're not allowed in the clubhouse anymore. He was like, oh, come on, guys.
The crazy part about it is Tommy's about to pass them. he about to take off on them with that designer drug. He about to
And they're
take
gonna want
off.
right back
They're gonna
in.
want and they're gonna want
I'm
in.
concerned about that designer drug, though. I'm concerned about
I'm
it.
concerned about it too.
It,
I think there's an effect that we ain't seen yet. I think there's
it,
something with it. There's something on the back end. Like yeah, it
well,
gives you
it
that
goes
great
back.
quick high, but it's something with it.
I
It
don't think
goes back
originally
to
there
what we were.
would have been, but I agree with that, Crystal, because I was thinking the same thing because they put that pressure on that chemist. She gonna end up making a bad batch. Something's gonna end up happening where they keep putting all this pressure on her and they keep threatening her, intimidating her. She gonna get nervous when she's mixing this shit up, and something gonna happen with that drug. I agree.
What I want to know, what happened to her because they went to go check on her in the bathroom and we ain't never see her ass again. And Liliana never
It
came
was
back.
like a
I mean,
forgotten scene. It was like a
did she
forgotten
escape out
scene.
I feel like she escaped out of the like bathroom.
She climbed out the bathroom window.
Yeah,
She
it
was
was
like,
like
"Yo,
a
I'm not
forgotten
trying to
scene.
go drug dealer." Like what?
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
thing is,
That lady was trying to get her frosted flakes and get home, and y'all rolling up on
yeah,
y'all rolling up on her.
I think the scene was supposed to be something else, and then they just cut
It's
in
forgotten scene.
with Liliana. You
Yeah.
know, like I said, I think because I heard somebody told me it might have been My Twisted Life of Poetry back when she was doing the show said that Courtney writes a whole bunch of scenes, like overwrites it, and then they just pick and choose what they're going to splice out. They splice the episode in that way. That's why it always kind of seems a little weird and disconnected in some places. Because I just felt like there was something more there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so in the next thing you see the Flynn's, they are at Simon's Memorial. Were they at Gloria's bar? Whose bar were they at? I almost felt like they were at Gloria's bar.
They was probably a glorious bar chat.
Yeah, because you know
Yeah, that's what it looks
they
like.
own that bar. You remember last week when they came in there and put all her patrons out? Like,
Right. Niggas was in the middle of dinner. She was like, "It's time to go." Like what?
Get up out of
It
here.
really was two different vibes for those homegoing services. Like Elijah's was very elegant, beautifully done. And we got there, and Paulie was like, "Yeah, why made his body arrive in heaven 30 minutes before the devil knows he's gone?"
Really be. You remember on the wire they used to just lay about like that in the bar and stuff like that. That's what it
Yeah, that's
seemed
what
like.
that reminded me of McNulty. Now that reminded me of
A whole drunken
I
scene.
was the only one that was thinking that. Yeah, I
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. They just get drunk and send him on his way.
Yep. And the crazy part about it is Claudia was like, what did Claudia say to Vic? To Walter, she said something to him like, that was his best friend or something. They've been best friends since like the third grade or whatever. And he was like, he needs his father right now. And we thinking that
she said, "I'm gonna go talk to him." And he said, "Nah, he needs his father's shoulder." Basically, let me go over here and dig this knife in his back a little bit.
Twist the knife a little bit. Let me twist the knife a little bit. It's your fucking fault that he got because you out here in some shit.
It was just something so evil about the way he leaned over and just whispered that venom in his son's ear. I was like, Vic's gonna be the one to snap his dad's neck. Yep. Push him down a flight of stairs, something. I mean, he's continuing to push him in that direction.
Yep. Yeah, because he keeps hissing all this venom at him, and he keeps making these little digs about Gloria, about him not knowing how to handle the business and everything. He's just, he's poking.
I agree, Lady V. I call her Ladie, so I'm doing that. But the editing department does need to get on top of their game.
Yeah, I agree with that too because they definitely Vic looks like he's young.
I was wondering.
Yeah, he looks like he's
I'm like Simon look like he about a good 50.
His damn daddy.
Mama had a rough life, y'all. Mama had a rough life.
Yeah, you had a rough life. You get roll hard, put up wet. And so, and then Vic storms off. He goes outside and have a cigarette or whatever. And Claudia comes out there and tries to talk to him. I thought she'd get ready to try to console him too. And she come out there reprimanding him as well about making side moves. But aren't you doing the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it weird though the way she told him that ship had sailed? Like, yeah, Dad was right. The synthetic. It's it's crazy how Tommy's keeping it from Vic. I don't even think if they hadn't voted him out of the clubhouse, he would have brought them in on it. It's just odd that he's her brother, but she doesn't want to bring him in on it. It's weird to me because they should be aligning themselves
That's what I was saying
to take
earlier.
over from their dad. I mean, if this was Lobo's and his sister, the daddy would have been dead.
Yeah.
The daddy would have been dead.
Well, that's what's her name did with the Jimenez. Alicia, she took out her own brother.
Yeah.
She eliminated her own competition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of that scene, so you see Vic and Holly, they have a conversation. They keep talking about their kids, and Walter actually tells Paulie that, look, you still got hope for your son. Like, mine are far gone. My kids are far gone right now. I can't do nothing with them, but you still got hope with yours. He does treat those kids like they're stepchildren. I absolutely agree with that. He treats them very bad, and so it's really either one of them at this point can snap on them. Either one of them can pull off on them.
Yeah, I mean, but Walter would snap at the wind. How dare you blow on me, you friggin' cocksucking wind. He would do it. He was so surly in this episode.
Early.
He was so surly. He's like, I'm hungry. Somebody says you should eat something. I'll never eat again. I don't have to consume any vitamins.
All he needs is this. That's all he needs.
Yeah, that's it. Brown liquor and in that breathing machine. Like, he was so surly in this episode. I was like, he's not going to be here for season 2.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not.
You
notice in every episode he gets sicker and sicker.
Yep. Yeah. They found him passed out like a damsel. He was like, oh. Paulie was like, what are you doing? And he gets up. He was like, it's just a bit of blood in the gash. It's just a little brain matter. I'll just push it back in.
Right. I'll just push it back in. So we get to the scene where Vic and Diamond and Janara, they voted Tommy out. And so Tommy's like, listen, they were like, we'll buy all your keys off of you. How much you want for them? He was like 38 apiece. And Janara was getting ready to start whining about that. And Diamond's like, deal, no problem. So I agree with you on that, Crystal. You like, give the man what he wants because, we wouldn't be here in the position that we're in if it wasn't for him. Yeah, did we take risks? Yeah, did we lose someone? But look what we also gained. So, I mean, those are
all part of the game.
Isn't it?
All part of the game.
10 keys is a lot for $380,000.
Oh, shit.
It is.
I just got paid. I
would think it would be worth more than
he
that.
Didn't pay for.
And that's crazy.
And it was stepped on. It probably was originally 5. And thanks to Liliana.
Yep. And then he didn't have to pay for any of it. So
he didn't pay for none of it. So he's good.
Touche. He came up.
Right. And Liliana too. She went from about to be murdered to getting $140,000.
Yep.
She didn't never make that kind of money had she not linked up with Tommy.
No, yep. But she is.
Did you see what she was doing with the drugs? She had them buried in her house.
Right.
So,
she just had them sitting there until she could figure it out, I guess.
So
she's so bargain basement. I would not have taken that money and rolled it all back into Dahlia, but she had the high before. She had the high.
Keep this for a rainy day fund. Keep this for a rainy day fund. We're gonna put this in on Dahlia. So they probably invested about $200K. They probably put $200K.
That's true, Crispies. I think that's what Miss Honey was saying because Egan is an Irish name. So somewhere down the line, they probably are connected. We just ain't got to that yet.
Yeah.
Kate and they're gonna bring Kate on. Kate has the answer. Kate, she gonna show up at some point. Now, I don't know when.
And JP is how they're gonna introduce Kate. That's how they're introducing Kate.
Yeah,
is the JP. He's other than that, he serves zero purpose.
No. But I think it's going to be, if there is a connection with the Flynn family, it's going to be on the grandmother's side, not Kate's side per se, because Teresi is Tommy's father, so you can't say that.
But isn't the grandmother Kate's mom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be some kind of dealings with the grandmother's past. That's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah. That's why the grandmother's bill is being paid.
Yep,
Somebody's paying that bill.
She was
yep,
a part of a probably a
A
clan of
clan.
her own.
Yeah.
yep, yep. She probably was working for them too. Yep, she probably was doing some kind of work for them too.
Yeah.
So, do y'all think that Diamond is going to find his way back to working with Tommy again?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I do too. I do too. I'm just trying to figure out, Claudia, you need another meeting space. Like, you need another meeting space to meet with these drug dealers and criminals. You got all these folks coming to your house. You got all these people coming to your house. You need to be meeting them in.
Yeah, I know
You
the
know how
spot right
Spider-Man,
now.
they used to do business in these abandoned warehouses and stuff like that. You doing all this business at your house. Like, you don't know if somebody coming in here with a wire on or anything. You got
Right.
the feds sniffing around. You got all these committing murders at home.
Claudia is a perfect example of what they mean when they say fake it till you make it. Because I definitely thought she had a bigger set of balls. And, when she
I
made the
agree.
deal with Reggie and she got Mai Tai set up and she had
What
that
was that all about?
conversation
I
with the
didn't
chemist.
understand those dynamics whatsoever. With Reggie calling the whole episode, Tommy keep telling her not to give him the re-up.
But she never mentioned that she took money from the dude. Like,
Never
I'm
mentioned that she took
I'm
money.
like,
Yeah,
explain to him that you took money from this dude.
Mm-hmm.
That you got to either get this money back or you got to give him this product.
drug.
You gave him a taste of this product.
Yep.
But
Like, explain the whole dynamics.
I'm wondering if that what we saw with Claudia and Reggie is one of the side effects. Like, she seemed genuinely shocked that he came at her like that. Like, does the drug make you like, like how crack make you so crazy? Like, does that high get to the point where you need to have it like that? That, I mean, because like he was about to kill her.
I
think it
think
was
it's
business.
something with that. I think you're onto something there only because, like I said, she's been taking that drug. Her and Mai Tai had been doing that drug when they were having sex and at the club, right?
That's true.
Then
Yeah.
when she went and kissed Tommy, Tommy was like, oh, and she was like, talk to you later. Like, it didn't bother her at all, right? It didn't bother her at all. Then now that we see her and she
And I had an
does
issue
this
with that
drug.
too. I had an issue with that too because she put the drugs on her lip. She kissed Tommy on the lips. He passes out. She walks away. In the
So
drug.
either
Yeah, I
you
did the
build
same
up this
thing.
super quick tolerance.
Should both of y'all have passed out?
Yeah, so both of y'all should have at least been a little bit loopy. So either you build up this super big tolerance for it really quick, but although they say you never get that first high back, but
Right.
still, it just seems like if this is something people are going to be buying over and over again, then it's something going on. Really B is onto something. It's something up with this drug where it's going to probably end up being more of an issue than it is this great find, in my opinion. I don't know if it has something to do with the tolerance or, people. It's something.
I think it's got to do with the cut. I think it has to do with the cut.
Maybe.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. They keep putting pressure on this lady. They scaring her and they forcing her to do something that she doesn't already want to do. I think she's not going to make the batch the same every time. I think there's going to be something that's going to deviate from what the original effects were of the drugs to the current effects because they keep threatening her and they got the girl nervous. She had the shits. She had to go to the bathroom. They got that girl nervous. She gonna put something in that drug that she normally doesn't do, or she forgot to put something in. It's some. Crystal's right. It's something gonna happen with that.
Something's
drug.
going on with that drug, but they need to position Liliana to be with the chemist.
That's what they're getting ready to do.
That's what they need to do.
That's what they're getting ready to do.
Because she's not muscle. Liliana's not muscle.
Yep.
She needs to be with the chemist and figuring out what that lady is doing. I think you might be onto something. What pulls my teeth?
Yeah, I'm with. I was gonna say the same thing. I think that's valid, and I think that's why they keep playing up this racist side of it and making Vic out to be this horrible racist, and that he just absolutely has no tolerance, and that the clan and the people in charge have no tolerance for that, and I think that's why they keep playing that up. So that when we do get to that, it'll make sense to us to be like, oh, well, that's why she had to abandon him. Oh, that's why she left town with Tommy, but she left the black kid. Like, I think even to the point where maybe her life had been threatened. Like, If you continue, you know what I'm saying? Like this is unacceptable.
And they on the low paying her bills, but because she was part of
Right.
the family, they on the low paying her bills and whatever. But at the same time, she was kind of disowned because you had a black child. So yeah, that lab that they were in, that they were meeting in, was Ma's lab, and so yeah, Ma might be gonna set a trap for their ass too, because she probably knew her life was in danger too. So
I mean,
it's
I think she knew that Mai was no more. I think she probably figured it out. I mean, Tommy approached her with the gun,
yeah,
and somehow they, that's one of those splice clips. Next thing you know, we're walking into this lab, and I'm thinking, where's the security? Like, nobody walks into their job like this. Then we discover that's explained because this was Mai Tai's lab, bought free and clear. I was like, well, she ain't paid the taxes till 2024, so somebody's name gonna have to be, somebody gonna have to pay these bills. But so Claudia's gonna take over that part, I guess. But they need to
Going
put
back to the
put somebody on that chemist so they can learn this formula. Because if she
it's
does
literally
bounce or they do have to kill her, no more product.
it's literally
going
on.
back to the Claudia and Reggie situation, I think it was everything. I think most of it was everything that Tommy was saying. I mean, you gave this money for this product, a nice amount of money for this product, and regardless of family or not, you know, you moving differently. You ghost this dude or whatever. Now he's telling you to try to figure out where his money or where his product, his business is primarily a drug dealer. So I think it had a lot to do with what Tommy was saying, and that's why Reggie had to ultimately pull up on him like that. Like, where the hell is
But
my
Tommy
money at?
said,
Where
"Is
the hell is
he
my
is he
product?
a distro? Does he move weight?"
Mm-hmm.
And Claudia said no, but he's got a lot of connects, right?
Mm-hmm. So he a
But the
customer.
way when she first did it, it seemed like
He was
he
gonna be a
was more of a
distro.
distro.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
He,
That was a bad move on
and
Claudia.
they brought a suitcase of money over.
And this here we
Mm-hmm.
go. Speaking of that, on that subject, so in the next scene, you see Tommy is at Claudia's place, and they're talking about, Tommy's like, I want to buy in, I want to bring Liliana in on it. She's bought in on it as well. That would have been a perfect opportunity for her to say, "Hey, Reggie's bought in too. He's giving me money for this already." So Tommy and what you call it, but she held back that part of the facts. She got Reggie. She portrayed Reggie to be more thirsty as a customer. But look, this
Mm-hmm.
man gave me a suitcase full of money for this drug. I got to give him the product. She failed to mention those dynamics. She got
He
That's
didn't
all.
just
say he was calling for a
right.
re-up.
Yeah, he was calling for a re-up.
I
Well, no,
mean,
actually, he was calling for the product. He wasn't even
that's
calling
what
for
he
a re-up
calling for
Right,
because she
because
because
just
she
remember
never
he gave
gave
her the
him.
money and he was like, I trust
Right.
you. She was like,
Yeah,
you don't even want to see the product. And he was like, nah. And she was like, something about counting the money. Remember, they let it be known that they had that sort of trust.
all she gave him was a little taste. That's it. She never really gave him the product.
Oh, thank you, peace, love.
And so you get to the next scene. They're at this dialysis clinic that the Flynn family owns. And he need to be going through the listen, he need to be a patient at the clinic.
he was like me trying to get in this live over the last.
Miss Honey, Walter didn't know what the password was for that computer, did he?
He could not get. And the daughter did that shit on purpose. Like, you think you don't need me? Watch me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know nothing about your business. And I
He
thought that
cussed
was
that
funny.
computer out. He cussed that keyboard out. He cussed them
Because
fans
her
out.
Right, he cuts all of them out.
He's like, this is why you're not ready yet. No, this is why your ass is elderly. Get out of the way. You don't know nothing. So the FBI, they just show up and they're searching the business records or whatever. I guess they're insinuating that they're laundering money through this dialysis clinic and whatever. And they're asking Walter to produce his financial records, and he couldn't. But she had already got the call though when she was meeting with Tommy. She had already got the call, so she was on her way there. And then Claudia comes in and saves the day and instantly pulls up the records and prints them out. And of course, Walter wasn't having any of that. He was mad. The River North Dialysis Clinic is definitely a front.
Definitely.
Right. And
what were they doing out there with the checking the dialysis machines? Like I was like, what are the feds doing with the it's urine? I mean,
I'm
what
trying
are
to figure out how
we
you
doing?
wash money through a business
Right.
like this, but
It's weird. It was just it was one of those things. Like I said, we don't really need these feds
Right,
until
it's
season
unnecessary.
2.
They already mentioned that the
Mm-hmm.
feds were watching them. They mentioned that in the first episode when the brother told her. I mean, when she told the brother that move is stupid. We know we got the feds watching. So again, you put
Mm-hmm.
that storyline in your back pocket for next season. We don't
that's
need
right.
it right now. We got too much
Even if
other
they're
shit
just
going on.
constantly watching them and surveilling them,
And I would have been
Exactly.
fine
I'll
with
be
that, like
okay
how they
with that.
showed them, like how they introduced them. That's how they
Yeah,
introduced them. That's how it should
yeah,
be right now. That we
yeah.
just
I
still
would have been
watching,
okay with
building
that.
a case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And building a case. Yeah.
And the
yeah.
father, Vic, I mean, Walter know that something is up because he spent the rest of the episode trying to find out where the hell she was. I'm like, so you have to know she's doing something. You couldn't just think she was running late for work, taking a long lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you automatically assume she's doing something. She's into something.
And while you got everybody out here watching what Vic doing, you don't got nobody on her. You don't got Paulie watching her.
Why are you sending Vic to watch your daughter? You got a
Right.
whole crew. You have a whole supposed to have a whole cartel. It should be somebody on all your people.
But no, just
Everybody.
go back to last week, because remember last week when Vic took Gloria out to the land he had bought for her. You got Paulie there sending pictures, taking pictures of
Mm-hmm.
Walter or whatever. You got everybody watching Vic, but you don't have nobody watching Claudia. But you have to ask where she's at and what she's doing. Just make it make sense.
But that goes back to him not having any respect for her as far as being a part of the organization.
Or a
Like
threat.
that goes back to him looking at, I mean, as a woman, as a girl, she's not a threat. He know Vic is into some shit. He know he got to keep an eye on Vic. But it just goes back to his thought process on the little respect that he has for his daughter. That's how I look at it.
But even that conversation he had with Paulie about what he thought, Paulie, what do you think happened with the Serbs? Like, who do you think did this with the Serbs? You don't pull Vic to the side and say, Vic, what's up? You know anything about this? It's just weird. It's how they're selling this family. I don't know. For me, it's just not believable.
They don't.
But what was weird to me?
They don't give me the feeling that they're a cartel family.
No.
But what's weird to me too, at the beginning of the episode, when Walter was telling Vic, "You did this. Like you're the reason why your man is dead." You ain't make the connection then.
Why you sitting here trying to figure out who dropped?
Like, how did you think he died?
What'd you hear? What'd you hear?
Right.
What did you hear?
Right.
Yeah, he was shot dead in the head. I mean, come on.
I mean,
who did you think shot him? Like, y'all
right.
looking
Like,
for who shot your man?
It just was weird to me that he didn't make that connection until they started shooting at Vic. I'm like, you didn't. What were you think? What?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like JLJ was saying, listen, if they weren't anticipating a season 10 and season 2 and they're trying to cram everything into these episodes, that explains why there's so many loose ends. They could have just walked this thing out differently, man.
I'm telling you, that's what it
Could have
feels
been more
like.
entertaining.
They had 10 episodes. They had 10 whole episodes. So, you got a whole extra 2 episodes than you normally would have on your season 1. So you got a little bit more time to develop characters. You got a little bit more time to tell the story. But like this whole thing with JP shouldn't have been introduced to season 2.
The whole thing with JP pisses me off. It pisses me off. It pissed me off last episode. It pisses me off even further this episode.
Season 1 should have been Tommy putting his roots down in Chicago and getting settled in. That's what season 1 should have been about. And then introduce all these other parallels. But we have all these alternate dimensions that we're going into in the Power universe.
Because we still haven't seen nothing with JP. Like really, we haven't seen anything that would draw more interest into the storyline.
That we see JP in, he's at that damn house doing some work.
Oh, with those 10 molds on the wall. I was like, who's renovating? You haven't even pulled this wallpaper off the wall. And you don't have any friends to help you move this appliance. You call your brother over. No, you called your brother over there so you could drop a bug in his ear about to dry bag your brother. That's why you invited your brother over there.
No, he didn't.
I think this might have been the last episode where he was looking at the pictures and then he sees Tommy in the background, and I'm just like, what's the connection? Why do we need this now?
We don't.
What's the significance?
What is it?
What is
We don't need it now. We
don't
don't
meet me at the bar. Don't meet me at my bar. Don't meet me at my club. Don't do that.
Right.
Well, you can see me working in my element. Come over here to your granny's house where I'm squatting.
Right.
Okay.
It just pisses
And
me
let me
off.
take you. And every time he go over there, it's a walk down memory lane. Every time he go over there,
telling
it's a
you,
walk down memory lane.
this dude, I just don't. I'm not feeling him.
It's just like the episode when they were looking at the measurements on the wall. Oh,
Yeah.
he's never been here at the same time. But then last week we realized they were there at the same time because he found the picture with Tommy in the background and he's on the outside of the fence at school. Significant.
But make it make sense for me.
Yeah.
Why is none of it makes sense? It's filler, it feels like. Like, what are we doing? Like,
we should have this season, all 10 episodes should have been Diamond, Vic, and Tommy building that empire. Really building an infrastructure, right? And then season 2, we see that infrastructure being questioned or being damaged or being weakened in some sort of way.
Or threatened.
Yeah, or threatened in some sort of way. We don't even have a decent infrastructure. We have an implied infrastructure, but nothing legit, nothing tangible. Everything is smoke and mirrors. It's here, episode 1, it's gone, episode 2. It's referenced in episode 3, and we don't mention it again by episode 4.
So we back at this barbershop that don't seem to have no utilities because they always sitting in the dark every time you go to their barbershop. I don't know if they have a light bill or what.
They did cut somebody here in the last episode, though.
But then dude had to get up out of the chair before his haircut was.
I think so.
Listen, I want to go to the.
It's the COVID. I'm telling you, the COVID is affecting their scenes because it's sparse. Every scene is super, super sparse, except for that Walking Dead scene where Diamond and Jannard was looking out over their people selling the drugs. I was like, this is like an episode from season 1 Walking Dead.
And even it probably is COVID because even in the scenes where there's more than one person, there's a great deal of distance between them.
Yeah, the funeral scene, the chairs were super far apart.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But they're at the barbershop. They have a conversation about Tommy again, and Jannard is just. I guess he has probably the best idea that we've heard him had, and I'm not even sure how this is going to work. They're concerned about the Serbians or Markovic coming back for his drugs and for his money. So his solution to the problem is let's take 10% of what we sell, put it in the escrow account, let it stack up. So if the Serbians do come back, we can pay them off with money. Not terribly a bad idea, but I just keep your nose up the door.
They really think the Serbians are gonna come back looking for a deal
and ask for money.
And
you
come back looking for blood.
You don't put down half the
straight up slaughtered them. Like they're not coming back looking for money.
Yeah, he think that they really gonna come back looking for some money.
They're gonna take the money and they want to take somebody's life.
Yeah, they take the money and the drugs.
I wouldn't say slaughtered. I mean, it's like 35, 40 Serbians in all of Chicago. So,
well, they don't kill half of them, and Walter finished off the other half today.
Yeah, I did the countdown in my review today. I was like, Tommy killed like in the beginning he killed like 6,
what, like 4, 5.
Well, Tatiana called it out. So Liliana killed 2 off camera. We didn't see them.
Right.
Yep.
Tatiana said you killed 4 of my men. He killed the 2 of them. Tommy said that's 6 now, right?
That's 6. Right.
Then when they was at the paintball fight, which is what that whole shootout scene looked like.
Paintball fight.
I guesstimate maybe that was 20, 25 dudes in both settings. There wasn't a lot of dudes I could see, wasn't a lot of bodies on the ground. So that brought me to around about 30, 35 maybe. And then Walter comes in and takes out the last 3 Serbians.
Yeah.
The last 3 in all of Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings me to 40.
He gonna make a phone call.
Yeah. Well, ain't nobody left to make a phone call. No,
I mean, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. You can get an old man with half a liver that just walks up on Serbians. You guys remember how formidable the Serbians were in the original Power?
Right, there was nobody on the door. They didn't have no guards, no security, no nothing.
Like they just didn't get rushed.
Old man with half a
And they
lung.
just got rushed last week. Just got rushed last week. Y'all should
Security
be on high
should be
alert.
double at this point.
Yeah, y'all should be on high
Nah,
alert.
nah, 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 nah. Let's have something to eat. All our crew is dead. Let's go get a nosh.
I love you, Miss Honey. You're so
Ridiculous.
silly. You are so silly. But that's exactly. I'm thinking to myself, like, Walter should have been able to walk into that restaurant. He should not have. He should have been stopped at the door.
Especially since they know who he is.
Yeah.
They look like they knew him though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. When they turned around, the guy put his arm on the chair, like, "Hey, buddy, like, what's up?" And then when he shot, I was like, "Oh, he know them." But then he was like, "You Serbian cocksuckers."
Yeah, I love the accent. Serbian.
But when they first looked up, they did not reach for their guns. They didn't stand up. They didn't do any of those things. They looked like they knew him.
Yeah, I said that too. They did not feel threatened. They recognized.
Juggernaut of Souls was good.
They probably thought he was there to do business.
But first of all, how he know it's them? How did he pick these three? You didn't even know who originally hit the Serbians early in the episode. Now you know exactly where they are. You know exactly how many of it is. You go in there with a gun and these are the Serbians that ran down on my son.
Yep.
They had to connect the beef. I think that made the beef like full circle with bringing Walter in there. I don't agree the way they did it because y'all just got hit. Yeah, y'all just got hit, but I think that like made the beef full circle and it went beyond just because Vic still don't have that type of respect and he don't have that type of notoriety in the streets or in the drug game or whatever it is that they're doing. So I think that just brought the beef full circle. So now you got this boss of this family, versus this boss in this family versus, having the boss of this family versus Vic, who's way, way, way down there. So I think that's just really made it kind of full circle.
Not Captain Hook.
He is Captain
Pretty much.
He is Captain Hook.
Arg.
So speaking of Walter, the next scene, Walter laid out, just stretched out on the floor, and I just thought about you, Miss Honey, and say he don't went on home.
I thought it was too much Jameson.
It might be too much Jameson.
I thought it was Jameson don't help. Jameson, he was having a bad stretch. He was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Hell,
because he stole that whole bottle from Gloria last week, so that's all he did. So
he
got right up though. He got right up.
A lot going on.
Yeah, he got right up. He was a little woozy.
Barry Simon, the feds didn't hit your door. He was
a little woozy.
Get the Jameson will get you there.
Paulie was like, "Let me look at your head." I don't need it. I was just taking a light nap. I was just taking a light.
I just decided to lay down here on the floor and take a little nap.
But your head is bleeding. It's just a little brain matter.
Push it back up. Oh my God, you're so funny. He's not eating. He's not resting. He's not taking medication. All he's doing is drinking dark liquor. It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time.
Paulie is telling him, look, you need to let the kids know what's going on with you. He's like, you think that I've been with you all these years and I don't know that you're sick? He was like, you need to let the kids know. So apparently whatever happened with their mother, it took them by surprise. So the same thing. And they stood, y'all don't know y'all father well enough to know this man's sick. This man is up every day.
Well, Vic knows. Remember, Vic knows.
He said it was
Claudia really ate.
He said it was bronchitis.
No, the son knows because remember
he was there when the doctor called.
When the doctor called and he said you need to tell Claudia, and he was like, no, the son knows.
Yeah, so he's lying to Claudia then because
I think he's lying to Claudia, and I think that's part of the reason why he's getting so bold because he know that it's about to be his and he can do whatever he wants. I think that's why he's being so bold with Gloria. I think that's why he pushing away. He pushing because he knows Daddy about to be dead. Or at least that's how he feels.
I missed that. I didn't know that he knew. I just assumed that he just was so naive to think that his father got bronchitis. Like, no, this man.
He lying to Claudia.
Okay.
Okay, to JLJ's point though, he can't just go into the hospital and get sick. He can't just get bedridden. In order for them to lock it in, this battle, something's got to happen to him in this way that pushes the family into the war, into the fray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's got to get pushed down the steps. He's got to get snuffed out, and they blame it. Like, Walter's death needs to be the thing that catapults either Claudia or Vic, or them both if they're smart.
Yeah.
And they've got to have something to do with it. It can't just be like, oh, he laid down last night and went to be with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They had to come full circle.
We'll take it, but I'm just saying.
He gonna be like, well,
why are you trying to get rid of Walter?
Simon gonna be there in heaven for 30 minutes before the devil realizes he did. And that's what the same thing gonna be with Walter.
Walter the Grouch. If you're in the room with him more than 10 minutes, 10 seconds, and he haven't cussed you out about something, Walter dead.
Yeah, Tommy Flanagan is my guy. I love Chips.
But he's definitely a pirate. I would never look at him in the same in a scene after today.
What are you going to do? You bring him down in this shite.
When Vic said, "I'm bringing Gloria to,"
no, they cast Tommy Flanagan was perfect for this role.
Oh
yeah, they casted him perfectly.
Yeah.
So we see Jannard pull up on D-Mac and try to put D-Mac on Tommy.
Tired of that too.
I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. Like, you got what you wanted. He's out the organization. You got the drug.
What's the obsession?
What is the obsession? And why are you big mad with Tommy anyway? This man saved your life.
Pictures up in his locker or something, probably.
The first episode, so pointless. Saved your life. Like, you still look at him as a threat. You're still considering him as a threat to you when you just got rid of him in this episode.
It seemed like he would have been watching Liliana more than he would have been watching Tommy, because he seemed like she has some type of interest in Liliana. So what are we doing with Tommy then? You already voted him out the guys club. You no longer sit at the cool table, and you still want to put the youngin
jealousy
on his tail.
He's jealous. He don't got hit with a baseball in the head one time too many. It's jealousy.
I didn't get it. I didn't understand why D-Mac was giving him so much pushback. I was like, hold up. Ain't you the pedophilia? Like, why you let this little corner boy talk to you? You should have smacked him up. Like, he was like, I ain't doing this. Why you want me to follow this way? Well, I ain't doing that. I'm not.
He said he was wild.
Yeah, he's wild.
I mean, it just was weird.
And I'm glad to see that he's not stupid, though. I'm so glad to see he's not stupid. Like, yo, you up to something. What you into? Because everybody else sees it. Everybody sees it that, he's starting to act different. He's wilding out over Tommy. So everybody, is kind of suspicious of his orders when it's concerning Tommy. Like, well, why are you so pressed about Tommy? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, what's your motivation to get him, to get him
right.
Wrong?
I'm so sick of Jannard. I want him to go away.
I'm sick of Jannard.
So
he's irritating.
I need for y'all, somebody in the panel, somebody in the chat. I need for somebody to explain to me our next scene. Where are they at with these lockers? Because I feel some kind of way about this whole locker thing.
On top of Stansfield,
I feel some type of way about these lockers.
Is it at?
This is why we need Juggernaut of Souls here, because this is his city.
Station? Is it a
so
train
where are they at?
Where are they at?
No, they on top of Stansfield, and I'm telling you, and
that's the first thing I thought about when he started.
That's the first thing I thought about.
I was like, didn't we just go through this?
And they use what's Monet's second born son?
Drew.
They use Drew's boyfriend's card. Like.
So, Crystal, you know how I feel about this, right? I can't stand recycle writing. I can't.
But that's exactly what. As soon as I saw them talking about the lockers, I was like, we literally just went through this.
Man, I was like, oh God, here we go.
I was so pissed with that. I was so pissed with this. Like, are we going to recycle this from book 2? So now,
who shared the idea with who? Did Tommy share the idea with Tariq, or did Tariq share the idea with Tommy?
Well, I kind of get a feeling, though, that Tommy had already been doing that back in New York. They had already been doing that with the lockers. because he was when he was explaining it to Claudia the system and how it would work. He seemed to have a level of familiarity with it.
Me either, Lady V. I couldn't take that either.
I mean, and what's up with the suit? Yeah, that suit.
The suit was a no-go for me.
Yeah, and now
I didn't like it at all.
Everything that Ghost tried to teach you when he was alive, now you want to tap into these little tidbits from Ghost. I'm gonna put a suit on and clean up and blend in.
It's good he can go into that pocket, and it's oddly enough, of course, the suit was black. He couldn't wear gray. We couldn't put Tommy in nothing else but black.
No, that's Diamond, and Jannard's uniform is black and gray. Everybody knows that.
I just know where they were at.
I was just trying to figure out.
Go to that pocket.
I don't know where they were. A train station, a bus station.
It was a convention center. That's what he said. It was a convention center. It's a convention center, and people are in and out of there all the time. But my thing is, the problem is that everything is surveilled now. You coming in the building, how you park, you're on camera everywhere.
Yep.
All you need is one person to come in there and be questioned, and the whole thing blows up. That's just like Jannard and Diamond, where their place was where they were doing their drugs and stuff being sold. It was like nowhere to run. It was blocked in. It was like this, it just, I don't know. It was a good idea.
Did Tommy put a small camera in there?
Yeah, he put a camera in the locker.
That's what
it looked like. He put a camera in there. It's the same thing.
Yeah, because remember when he saw them when they opened up the locker and took the package out, he put cameras in the locker.
Yeah,
right. That's what I thought.
But that's somebody camera right there.
That's mine.
That's what I'm saying. There's somebody camera right there. Like it's. I don't know. I just don't think this plan it worked. I thought it was brilliant with Tariq. It's not smart here.
Walking around,
it's not smart here.
FaceTime, just FaceTiming everybody.
Yeah. And she was like literally like.
Well, see that I really think was a big deal though. I see people doing that all the time. Like you go downtown. Anywhere is people,
we have a place here in Atlanta, the Cab Farmers Market, that you cannot film at all.
Yeah.
If you go in there, even with a phone in your pocket, and if they see that reflection, they'll pull you. I mean, it's not a safe space. Like it's a great idea for Tariq, the lockers. I just don't think in this instance it's smart, but. They needed something
lazy.
quick.
I think it was lazy on the writing behalf. That's what I think it was.
It's lazy.
Yeah, and it's come on now.
It's lazy.
Like, you got people that follow the show that already immediately knew that this idea came from book 2, but whatever.
And that's the other thing too. They need to, and this will be a good thing for Claudia to link up with Liliana. They need to get her to cover up that damn scar. That scar is so recognizable.
Put some makeup or something on.
Yeah, but that's something that's a girly thing that Claudia can help her with. You know what I mean? But they definitely, exactly. Lady V said that, like, when she's out there doing recognizance work and stuff, she's too fucking recognizable with that scar.
And even by the way she dressed, she needs to put on a skirt or a dress or something and blend in. Yes, put some makeup on her. If you're going to use her for the street work, then you need to use her.
Change it up.
Her costume was a lanyard.
Put her hair over the scar or something.
Yeah, her whole costume was a lanyard. That's it.
Was a lanyard. That's what it was.
That was it.
Yeah.
Then Tommy goes and gets decked out.
Right.
And I keep asking the question, when are they shopping? When did Tommy have time to go to Versace? When did that happen?
You don't get the feeling that he packed a bag when he left New York. You don't get the feeling that he had luggage.
He's worn the same uniform for the last 5 episodes: black Timbs, black pants, leather jacket, black shirt.
Yep. That's like Tariq stay with a brand new outfit, but this nigga can't even get to class on time. But he got time to go to the mall.
And
he run to the mall because he don't drive. He run everywhere. He
I
run
need to do
everywhere.
some else with Liliana too, because she don't look like she bathed at all.
Oh, she
She
stay
don't
looking
look
like she need a cap
there's
full of
nothing
clean.
hygienic looking about.
Yeah,
Like
She
her
looked like she
hygiene
had
seems
a
like it is
shower
all
and
screwed up. She just
yeah.
get up, throw them black Timbs on,
yeah,
and she
it
throw
was
her
about
hair
2 weeks since she had a shower.
however it lands, and she just keep it moving.
I think they must either shoot these scenes where they're all just wearing the same get up in every episode. Diamond's the same way. So maybe they do back-to-back scenes for different episodes. They that's how they gotta be doing it because they wear the same get up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
The only people that you really see changing clothes is
Claudia.
Jannard, Diamond, Claudia.
Yeah.
Because even
Diamond don't
Walter,
change
Hell,
clothes.
Diamond had that
Diamond.
same Burberry top on the whole episode. He
This
ain't
the
changed the whole
first
damn
episode that Diamond didn't wear dark gray and black. He wore light gray and blue.
oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
about to say, I feel like he had on gray and black still.
Light gray.
No,
And
he had
he
on
had a
dark
great
blue.
suit.
Oh,
But
He had
that
on like I think it was a Burberry or something like that. I think
that
he had
outfit
on.
when he went into the diner though, that was that blue and light gray.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we done see him and he felt lighter to me.
Mm-hmm.
He
yeah,
felt more easygoing. It was kind of collegiate.
So you see Walter and Paulie, they're having a conversation about the Serbians, and again, we kind of already talked about that, but it just didn't make sense that he wouldn't recognize the fact that Simon's death is connected with what's happened with these Serbians. And so you see D Mac, he's on the take. He decided to take the case. You know, he's watching Tommy or whatever, but you know, I don't really feel like he saw anything of value. I mean, Tommy was just walking in his car. What's suspicious about that?
Right.
You know, he's fans watching it, whatever the case may be. I'm like, but then again, you're using Liliana, which we had said that back in that episode where Rojas, people had kidnapped them and he was having to go make the deliveries, that Tommy was going to end up selling to all these people that he was moving that weight to for Rojas, but he sends Liliana in. These folks don't know her.
I don't get it. I mean, she just walked right in.
Yeah.
She just walked right in.
Even when Tommy first went in, you know, he had a little bit of trouble with them. They were like, "Who are you? Who sent you?" or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she just walks in and said, "Here, take these drugs."
Yep. With a smart ass mouth.
And again, going back to what you were saying, Miss Hardy, about the makeup and the scar, she's not marked.
That's the reason they were trying to get rid of her to begin with in the first place. In the first
That's why Tommy wanted to
power.
get rid of her to begin with because she was too recognizable with the scar.
Yeah.
Liliana belongs in that
streets.
lab.
Yeah,
she belongs in that lab.
You just say to the streets.
Yeah, she belongs to the streets.
I don't think
she'll
she
be
belongs to
real hard
the
to wet through. But yeah, I agree though.
To the streets.
I like Liliana.
I like Liliana.
But she do definitely belong in the lab.
Yeah, she belongs in the lab. Like for real. I just don't get her.
They
kind of motives to make this female badass though, ain't they? You know, not a killer, but
where?
You know,
all she do is take a blunt punch and a blow and a cut and a broken finger and a bullet.
I'm sick of that too. I hope last week is the last episode until she dies because they're gonna kill her. They're gonna kill her, and I'm gonna be so mad when they kill her because they're going to ruin the story. They've put all this time investing in building up Liliana and Tommy's relationship, only for them to kill her.
They need a cliffhanger.
They're gonna kill her. She's gonna get killed. She's gonna get killed. And that's gonna piss me off because she's actually what we're foreshadowing and what we're wanting to see is not gonna happen. Liliana should be on that lab. She should be able to get that recipe for those drugs, the ingredients, learn to cut, and get rid of the chemist.
Turn the chemist's water off.
But what's gonna happen is they're gonna end up turning her water off, and they're gonna still be in bed with this scary ass lady. And that lady gonna get scared and scared. She's gonna run on them. She's gonna end up running on them, and then now they don't have no product.
Yeah.
And Liliana's gonna be dead to the ground because they're gonna kill her off. So now unless they're gonna turn Tommy into a genius chemist, or maybe that's when they're gonna bring JP in. Maybe JP is gonna cook the drugs.
Well, he said I do more. I did more than just sell dime bags. This is what he told Tommy.
That's what's going to happen. JP is going to be in the lab now, of course. I see.
That probably is what's going to happen, man.
I see.
JP is just anything you need him to be.
Yeah. Because he's just
Anything
a character
you
just
need him to
out
be.
there now at this point.
Yeah.
We don't know what he
He's
is.
definitely a worker.
He's just a floater.
He's a
Yeah,
worker.
He's just a floater.
He's a
Yeah,
floater.
He's PRN. You're absolutely
Whatever
right.
they need him to be, they go ahead, insert JP here.
Actually, bringing JP into the mix will actually be pretty good because he already got a business for them to wash the money. You know, so he's a floater.
A bar.
Right?
Yeah, he's
bar.
as needed. As needed.
As needed. I don't think that he's gonna be muscle, but I think that he could be,
not bringing no baseball bat when they shooting up your bar.
That conk in his head.
Right.
D-Mac is gonna be the muscle. D-Mac is gonna be the muscle. JP is gonna be the float.
Did you see how D-Mac was spying though? I just was like, oh Lord, this is like the way he was spying. He was like,
he was looking around a tree.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Tommy recon efforts is terrible.
Tommy recon all of the Serbian spots. He knew their location, how they deal their drugs, how they move their weight, everything. Right? He did that from his car, right? Mm-hmm. This kid is like
hide behind bushes.
I'm invisible now. Here I am.
He hid behind
Where did he go? Where did he go?
He played peekaboo.
Pretty much.
And then he's just standing there in the winter. He's just standing there in the window, just standing there, just like
what are you doing, man? Like I ain't.
It's black dudes getting shot for just driving. How you standing in windows? I don't. Okay.
And then the very next scene, you see all these folks show up to these lockers. Where did they get the keys from? Oh, she had the keys in the envelope.
She delivered it. She delivered the envelope.
Okay.
With the key.
Because that was the part I didn't understand at first.
And she delivered a sample, didn't she?
I thought she delivered a sample.
She delivered a sample and the key.
Yeah. And a burner phone.
Okay. So, when she go ahead, I'm not gonna interrupt, but yeah, so she delivered a sample and a key. I just thought it's okay. So it's me. It's obviously me. I'm the villain, but it seems a little microaggressive. Some of the things go on in this episode, like the Latins took the drugs, right? And then they were just like, I think the drug should come with instructions, like don't shoot me up, snort me, right? Don't inject me, right? Like, I mean, did everybody just know to snort it? But I digress. Anyway,
did you say they need instructions for the drug?
I was thinking, because you gave me a black substance. I'd be like, so am I supposed to snort it? Do I roll this up? Because I mean, what are we doing? So, but back to the microaggression. We see the Latins take the drug, but we don't see the Hasidics take it, right? I didn't like that. I didn't like the way Reggie was looking. He had a traditional Mexican garb on, right? Like it's to be respected, the traditional Mexican garb and the shirt. But he was like, punta which was completely not how they sold him in the beginning, right? But all of a sudden he's like, mamacita, yeah. Like, I was just like, what's up with all these microaggressions? Like, what's happening? It's a little, I don't know, it's like a little stereotypical. It's a little weird. The fact that Gloria and Adrian look just alike, like all the girlfriends are a type, and it's throwing me off. I was like, there's these little microaggressions in the writing, and I'm just like, am I the only one that sees it?
I mean, now that you bring it up,
that's another issue too. And I guess that's going back to what we were saying earlier. Is the drugs got him turned like this? Because the way they introduced his character and the way
seemed more sophisticated.
Yes, he was very, very high end, sophisticated.
Right.
When he gets out of a souped up car. Did you see that souped up car with the lights up underneath it and all of that? I was like, this is a microaggression, man. When he got out, he had that brocade jacket on, that little short brocade jacket on. I was like, mamacita,
yeah. The way he was acting, I was attributing that to the drugs. But when you bring up the other stuff, I'm like, I guess, you know.
The Hasidics, Orthodox Jews, are the only ones we don't see take the drug.
Take the drug, yeah.
What's up? Yeah. Am I the villain?
Yeah.
Am I?
Because they smart enough to know better. They don't do that. I mean, that's what I would say. I wouldn't be taking drugs either.
Maybe not. I'm just saying, you got the Hispanics taking the drugs, you got black folks taking the drugs, you got all these things going on, but the Hasidics, nope. You don't even show them how they test the drug, who they test the drug on.
But you know what?
Well, we saw how they test the drugs. Remember when Tommy was with them? They test theirs with the little joint.
Yeah.
That's the same thing though. Liliana did though, right?
Particular drug. They don't know how to cut this particular drug. That's what that is. So you see Paulie get pulled up on by feds watching. These broke down feds are like, they need a Sax. They need a character like Greg Knox. They need a character like Stax. They need a character.
Nobody
never thought you would say that. Never thought you would say that.
We don't need another
like Sax or Greg Knox. Who Sax?
No.
Yeah. Because they're not making me believe that they're an actual threat. They're not a threat. They
don't have any leverage. They don't have no leg to stand on except for they pulling them over for no reason. They don't even have probable cause of pulling them over.
Nothing. They got nothing.
They
didn't say broken tail light. They didn't say anything. They just pretty much said, "Hey, we want to see if you want to play ball."
They just turned those lights on. That's the only reason he stopped. It's because they turned those lights on. That was it.
If that been Greg Knox, he would have had a whole case on them. That would be
man.
Well, if that was Greg Knox or even Stax, they would have just walked up on him.
He'd be like, you know what? Your son is about to get ready to get. He would have some leverage. He would use his son.
Approach someone just like how he shook Proctor down. He was getting ready to flip Proctor because he had leverage on him. He had the recordings on him. Like,
but you know what? Jack of Jordan just brought up a good point, and I think that might be why they keep bringing his son up. That might be how they get.
They're gonna do it. Yeah, for sure.
Through his son. Yeah.
Like, I don't get your son some help or something. They came up with no leverage.
I don't know that the feds are gonna use his son. Because he's a junkie, so jail is really the best place for him. Although they say you can get just as high in jail. But I think his son is going to position himself where he has to intervene in order to save his son from the Flynns. You get what I'm saying? Like, the son's going to do something, and it's going to position him where it's going to either be his son or the Flynns. And in this case, you're going to take your wife, but Walter is his brother-in-law. Paulie is Walter's brother-in-law. So evidently, what does that make Paulie?
The wife.
Paulie was
the wife,
his dead wife's brother.
Wife that died.
Yeah.
That was his sister.
That was his sister.
So he's gonna pick up. He could pick up and go. He could pick up and go and take his son. The son is gonna be brought in either way.
He has to be, because then why introduce him?
Yeah. Well,
and Vic brought him up again this episode. Like, there's a reason why. I mean, we're talking logic now. We know everything don't always.
Walter brought him up. Yeah.
So, with that being said, Vic shows up with Walter, and basically he's telling Walter, "Look, I'm bringing Gloria to Sunday dinner. You have a plate for her.
Period."
And everything Walter said, no, she's not welcome at my table. She's not welcome here. Don't bring her over here. And Vic's response was, have an extra plate set at the table for her. She's coming. So he's writing her death. He's writing her death. I don't see how y'all don't see it. The only way that Walter's going to be free of her is to kill her. And it's all Vic's fault.
But first, Walter's got to stay alive.
That's what I was going to say. I understand why it makes sense to kill Gloria. Let's be clear. I'm not arguing that it doesn't make sense to kill her. I just think
makes sense.
I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think Walter's going to die before her.
Walter gonna die before Gloria. He can go any day now, right?
That's gonna make things work. Do y'all think that ultimately? Well, you know what? We'll get to that in a minute. But I think that's gonna make things worse if Walter have Gloria killed.
Yeah, this is gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's
gonna make things. It's gonna exacerbate the situation for sure.
It's gonna happen
because Vic is already pushing back.
That's what's gonna speed up Walter's clock to get up out of here. Is when he has.
But that's not gonna get Walter what he wants though. Like that's not gonna refocus Vic's, back into their thing. That's gonna completely sever any ties.
He's an old, senile, feeble-minded, old way thinking old man. He doesn't realize that that's going to make things worse. In his mind, in his thought process, if I get rid of her, my son comes back home. Okay. My son comes back to the business.
I would totally be on board with any scenario if this was the original Power, because the plot lines were done more stealthy, right? Yeah. I mean, things were slipped in people's dreams. People, ghosts went in through a back window and folks thought the person got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like it was done more elegantly, so it didn't turn into this big kerfluffle. But in these spinoffs, I mean, if Gloria goes down, that blows up. But maybe that's how Walter dies. He ends up snuffing out Gloria, and Vic ends up snuffing out him.
I think what's going to happen is Walter is probably going to have Gloria killed, and he's going to frame Tommy for it because Tommy's a threat too. Keep in mind, Tommy's a threat too. So you're going to put Vic at odds with Tommy, and it's going to be stupid to carry that storyline. But this is Power. They always do that bullshit. They always frame somebody else. They always frame.
He don't have no reason to kill her, and he doesn't. And he's completely separate now from them. Yep.
He explained that it's about the business. He ain't got no reason at all to kill Gloria. It's not going to benefit him at all, especially when he's about his business.
Please do not give him a miraculous recovery. Let him go home. Please let him go home. I'm sick of him. No. I am so sick of.
This is Power. This is an empire.
Lucius. Walter Lucius.
Lucius went to see the Lord and was like, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
I like Walter. I think I just like the actor.
Yeah, I liked him in Sons of Anarchy. He was great.
The character
he was my guy. Yeah. So I think I like the actor.
The character serves no purpose. He sit up there in that office all day long, drinking liquor, bitching and moaning about his kids. I'm sick of it. Like, give him some substance. Give him some. Let me see him make some balls. This is the closest that we've gotten this week of him being a leader of a cartel.
Yeah, he haven't had a sit down. We haven't heard him on the phone with his.
We haven't heard him giving no orders.
Other clans.
He had the one sit down with Diamond and Tommy. He had the one.
Oh, the one where he was the only one to sit down.
Yeah, and they was facing the door, and they was, methodically facing the door as they walked in.
Speaking of facing the door, please can we go to the diner?
Even last week's scene when he rode up on Gloria, I don't even consider that him being a boss move. I would consider that him just being an old father that's
creep.
Yes.
Yeah, bully.
A bully. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a bully.
Yeah, he's a bully. So we back at Kate's mama's house, and of course JP decides today of all days, I want to move the stove.
Kate's mama's house.
Kate's mama's house, because I don't even know what the lady's name is. Kate's mama's house. We at Kate's mama's house, and JP's moving his stove for what reason?
They just moved it half an inch and sat down and had a beer.
Because he wasn't.
What are they doing with it? Are they throwing it away? What are they doing with it? Like, what the fuck are we doing in this house?
Crystal, we told you what they doing in this house. It's squatting.
I mean, what in the hell?
Oh my gosh, those Jello molds on the wall. I just wanted to pull it all down, just snatch it all down.
I just want to know what was he planning to do after he moved the stove, because he wasn't dressed to work.
I didn't see a new stove. Like, it's not like they had another stove there. What are you doing? What is that?
I pulled my own stove out. I pulled my own stove out. I ain't never called nobody. Like, can you come help me pull my stove out so I can sweep behind it? No, I pulled it out.
Maybe that's what he was getting ready to do, sweep behind it. Maybe that's what it was. He was going to sweep behind
it. Do you know how much shit is listen.
Then they sat down and had a lovely beer.
And then started talking about...
Like they had done something, though. They act like they had worked a half a day or something. Like, y'all pulled
That's why JP is not needed right now. That's why I don't get it. Like, we don't need JP right now.
This is one of those scenes that should have been rewritten differently. Because if they needed Tommy to... See, this is the crazy part about it is they don't have no way of putting Tommy and JP in a scene together that makes sense.
Like Davy Jones.
If it ain't him coming over there doing something to that house. Just like that episode.
He's got a whole bar. He's got a whole club.
That's why they need to meet at the club. It will make more sense for them to meet at the club. But they keep finding things at this house to bring them together. Just like when Tommy was the Uber Eats delivery guy. When he came over there and bought the pizza.
Called him the Uber Eats guy.
It's like JB's haunting that house. Is JP even alive? I mean, no one. We've not seen him talk to anybody.
Just like the episode when they met the father. Why are y'all meeting at the house? Y'all should have met at the bar.
Yeah, right.
Where do they live?
It's like the Sixth Sense.
Where do they live?
No, they
live at the house. Obviously, because JP know where everything at in the house. He don't rummage all through it.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like the Sixth Sense. Does JB know he's dead?
He's so silly.
Crazy.
I mean, he pull out all the family photos. He pull out all the family videos.
It is the weirdest setup. It is the weirdest setup. And I got a sneaky suspicion they're doing all of this just to kill him at the end of this season. Like, you're doing all of this to kill him. We're not endeared to JP.
And the only reason why we got this scene, we got two things from this scene. For Tommy to tell JP that he sells drugs, and for D-Mac to be outside and realize that Tommy's meeting with his father. That was the only purpose for this scene.
Mm-hmm.
One more. Tommy said, how did you get in this financial pickle that you're in?
I believe those are all lies.
And he said, oh, I suspect him of being a liar. But he said he dropped a private investigator. Certainly not for your son who lived 2 blocks up. So who was the private investigator for?
Custody battle. Mm-hmm. He said custody battle, private investigator.
The bar. Wait a minute, he's still paying off a lawyer bill for a custody battle. He said that the boy, he had to still be an infant if he don't recognize his own damn son. It ain't like the custody battle was right. You mean to tell me you still paying for that lawyer?
I guess. He's about lies.
Lies.
I guess so. And then he got the bar, and he don't have to put that bar back together about 20-something times, and that boy don't shot it up every week, shoot it up every week. So,
I agree with Will Pull My Teeth. I agree with that. She said, Will Pull My Teeth said that Claudia is going to get cocky since she's now 2 for 2.
She might.
She's smelling herself now.
Yeah.
She's smelling herself live. She's Scarface. 2 guns up. She's feeling herself now.
She's gonna take out that doctor next. That's the next one she's gonna take out.
Dr. Water definitely gonna get turned off.
They can't afford to take out the doctor yet. You're right.
Her water definitely
about to disappear on them and gonna fuck up their whole plan. That's what's gonna happen.
I believe you're right.
That doctor gonna be like Debbie Allen in the episode of Good Times and climb her ass out the window to get that heroin.
Yep.
They gonna go to the bathroom and break the bathroom.
Okay.
They gonna see the door open when the wind blows.
I gonna see it's the curtain blowing.
Yeah, it was a wind blow. That's all they gonna see.
Not Good Times. I remember that episode too. Actually, while you bullshit, she probably already went out the window. Remember they said she been in the bathroom.
She probably did. Because that was the case. What are we talking for? Why we even need that scene?
Yeah,
right.
Filler.
She already ran in. So in other words, they're gonna have to find a doctor again.
We don't even know she in there taking a shit. It's filler.
Yeah, she ran. They're gonna have to look for her next week. Watch, they're gonna be looking for her again. Well, do you think that Tommy's going to bring JP in? I think that now he's been honest with him about him being drugged, and JP mentioning I can do other things besides.
He seemed
sell
pretty
drugs.
adamant that he wasn't.
His hands ain't
I
tied
think
enough.
I think he's not gonna have a choice, but this is how I think he's gonna bring him in. I think he's gonna ask to use that bar as a front. I think he's gonna want the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, he got to have his hands tied.
I don't think he's
Well,
gonna
that
let
would be
JP.
smart if he did. That's,
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna let
game.
JP be a part of like the actual like business side of it. But like Chris always talks about, they need somewhere to launder that money and run that money. And the fact that that bar is sitting there doing absolutely nothing.
Yep. And that would be perfect. So he'll be the front man. He'll be the front man, just like Lakeisha's beauty shop was in Power.
Right.
It'll just be a place where Tommy washes money. He gets paid for washing the money. Yeah.
And especially since he's not gonna be hanging out with Gloria no more. He staying away from her bar. I think he gonna need a spot to start hanging out. He got kicked out the barbershop. He got kicked out the club. He can't hang out at the barbershop no more.
So now he gonna go have his own club.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So you see Jannard and Diamond, they doing some recon mission on their own, watching they folks out on the street. Business is booming for them. So Jannard is happy. We never would have done this good on our own. Mm-hmm. The reason why you doing this is because of who? The person
Tommy.
You hate the most. The person you hate the most is the reason why y'all got work out here right now. And he uses this as an opportunity once again to question his brother, which I feel like they've had this conversation already. I feel like they had this conversation the first episode. I feel like they had this conversation when they was on the baseball field, when they were talking about
why me?
Baseball. Why me? Here we are again. We already had this conversation. We're back on it again. Big bro, why did you choose me? I was only 18. I think it's very clear and evident to you why he chose you. You're his brother.
Because you're his blood brother.
Right.
I wanted to bring you into this dangerous game of because you're my brother, obviously.
It's real simple. I can trust you. You're my blood brother, so
yes,
I trust you with my business.
Let me ask y'all a question. And I know that we're dealing with power, so let me put that part of it to the side. Do y'all think that Jannard's memory of reality is different than what reality was? And the reason why I say that is this.
I told you.
Most drug dealers, especially family members, if they do see that potential, they keep everything away from you. If Jannard was really on his way to fucking Harvard, he's saying Ivy League. If Jannard really was on his way to play in Major League Baseball, I don't think, especially we're getting to know Diamond, and Diamond seems to be very cerebral. I don't think that Diamond would have put him in that position to throw away his future. That's because I know drug dealers, and they the ones, they protect the smart kids in the neighborhood. They're the ones that's like, don't let me see you on this corner. You too smart. They're the ones, and especially in their family, it's like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna keep you in all the fly gear. I'm gonna make sure you look good and you all right, but you go to school and you fucking stay out of this. So I'm
doing this so you don't have to.
Right. So the fact that he pulled him in, and did you see when Jannard was like, yo, man, I was on my way to Ivy League. Did you see the look on Diamond's face? Like, nigga, what? Ivy League.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if Jannard's memory of his greatness don't really match the greatness. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But he does have some smart ideas, and Diamond does reference him as the money guy.
Yeah.
When he tells him about the percentage, he was like, you the money guy.
They're not doing such a good job showing his collegiate side. Now, one thing I can't appreciate about book 2 with Tariq is they at least show us that Tariq is smart. Now, I don't like all the shit that he do, but at least they show us with some intelligence. All Jannard's moves is just
emotional.
Yeah.
And it also makes me wonder, how did you keep this organization afloat for the last 15 years? I've seen nothing.
You don't have no connects. You don't have no rapport. Your corner boys don't respect you. Like what?
Right. I've seen nothing that has given me the idea that he really was able to successfully run this organization for 15 years. Like, I really don't see it. They haven't shown it to me. I mean, when we first met him, he was in the middle of a fucked up drug deal with with
the
the
yards.
yards, with some
With
damn
a jam gun.
meth head. Yeah, like
With
we've
a
seen
jam gun.
nothing.
No product, and then Tommy brought the product back to him. So you left there empty-handed. You left there
Right.
with no
And what
money, no
happened to this
drugs.
grand plan to overthrow his brother? What happened to that? Like what?
Oh, it's dead with E now.
Yeah,
Well, it's dead now, but I'm just saying, like, we saw two
Prior
whole
to
episodes of him talking about what he was going to do, snorting coke, talking about it. I just don't see. I don't know. He has a whole lot of resentment, but I don't see it. I mean,
he's jealous of his brother because obviously his brother threw them hands. So he was known. He was known in the streets for being able to throw his hands. You know, he was a good boxer. He was a good fighter. He was also known in the streets for running the organization or whatever. So his brother's got clout. He don't got no clout. So he ain't got a picture of him up in the diner.
but he should have clout if he has legit been running this organization
Which I
well
can see how.
for 15 years. Now I could even see if they said that Diamond was running it and he was just following Diamond's orders. But that's not how they playing this up. They're playing this up as if he was running this organization for the last 15 years and Diamond was in jail doing this bid and didn't if they was playing it up that Diamond was calling the shots from behind bars, like on The Wire, when Avon was still like, all right, I'm gonna give you that, but that's not how
what would have been smart for them to do is they should have had him in school and still running the organization, just like Tariq is in Stan's.
But you'd have been mad if they did that. You'd have been like, they just don't want the power.
I would have, but I'd rather them have done that than to sit here and hear him whine about every episode not being able to go to school. Because I mean, he could have still went to school and sold drugs. Selling drugs ain't a full-time job that would have prevented you from going to school. You still could
he'd have a PhD by now.
Yeah.
I mean, but he hasn't even built a viable organization.
And
even in my opinion,
he is the closest that we've seen that may have been with him those 15 years. Like these people that are running with you right now, they ain't been with you the whole 15 years. They ain't been with you these whole 15 years.
Right.
But no one respects them. No one respects them.
Was probably running with him those 15 years. But you ain't had nobody running with you those 15 years. You was just out here making a mess.
Neither one of them, to me, exhibit kingpin, drug dealer.
Tariq run a better organization than he do.
I mean, Kanan had more bravado than these two put together, and that's just the way I look at it. Even Diamond with the corner boys disrespecting Diamond and looking at Jannard. Then those same corner boys we see in this episode disrespect, Jannard.
But here's the thing, real talk. And again, I ain't trying to sound like that I'm somebody's kingpin because I'm not. But them corner boys were supposed to be reprimanded, even if
they should have came up missing.
If we took our time in this season and then try to rush everything, all of this could have.
They should have came up missing.
Yeah, I was being nice by saying reprimanded, but it's nowhere in the world they walk away from that.
Yeah,
especially after Diamond and Jannard had the fight, and the deal was whoever wins is on top. They supposed to been gone.
Yeah,
especially if you want to establish them as formidable in the Chicago drug game. We going back to what JOJ was saying, it's just they're rushing it. They're rushing it instead of really just giving us a super, super great storyline. We should be fearing Diamond. The only people that really fear and revere Diamond are those two old men in the diner.
Yep.
Okay. We've seen Diamond scared. We see him make a major mess this episode with this new girl because he doesn't even vet her and takes her back to his spot.
We're gonna have a conversation about that.
Don't even get me started.
I'm not getting vibes.
There's so many things wrong with that scene. There's
a lot of things wrong with that. Okay, so in the next scene, speaking of Jannard, D-Mac comes in, he gives him his $5K back and said, look, I don't want the job no more. And Jannard got the nerve to ask somebody, why are you emotional? We know why he's emotional, but yeah.
Emotional?
Jannard wear his heart on his sleeve.
Emotional? Who did this?
Okay.
I like that Da Vinci sweater he had on, though. That Da Vinci sweater. And so you see Vic and Gloria walking down the street, and he's pretty much telling Gloria, like, look, I'm sick of my father's ish. I'm ready to bring you back around. You're gonna be part of my life. And they got shot at.
And when I saw that blood on Gloria, I was like, she dead. She got a bullet in her and don't know it. Like she moving on adrenaline. Like I said, here we go.
I was pulling my phone up the top.
I was like, I'm gonna have to hear retro. I told you, dead.
Damn.
Gloria's that chick. Vic was 2 blocks down, hiding behind the building, and Gloria was returning fire.
She bust back. She was playing.
Yeah. Vic was 2 blocks down, hiding behind the building. Gloria returning fire. Well, he got him. He was like, okay,
why you gonna play my man Vic like that?
He was like, you're okay. Man. You're all right. I was like, yeah, she okay. She returning fire. You know what I'm saying? You the one crouched on the ground behind the building.
Out of the car.
She's just shooting. Yo. He gets up all after everything is done. He was like, oh. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Yeah, she okay.
Hey, y'all playing Vic. Y'all playing Vic for a sucker.
I believe that was Vic gun she was shooting with.
It was Vic gun. She picked it up off of him. It was his gun.
She was
she was like, bam, 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 bam. I was like, Vic, what you doing? Why are you down there, Vic? What's going on? Why are you on the ground?
Together. They should have been shooting together, right? He was up under the car.
Wasn't it more so? Wait a minute, hold on. Wasn't it more so that he kind of like grabbed her and pulled her on the ground? And
Go
she
back
was
and
like
watch
on top of him, so she got up first, and then she grabbed the gun. Like y'all trying to play Vic like a sucker.
I see, JLJ. Your wife has punched somebody out at a baseball game as well. I see.
Well, no, that my wife might. She might punch somebody.
Your wife
from Jersey. She might punch somebody out.
Somebody muscle up on you, and your wife punched him out, and you be like, "I was gonna hit him.
I don't know though, but you have to kind of know his wife though, because
I'm just saying. Same thing with Gloria though.
His wife would probably, she probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. We both be swinging, but I'm trying to tell you, she might swing first.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be a rider though, right? Gloria's supposed to be a rider.
Listen, but that shows us that Gloria is closer to being. What's my girl on book 2? What's my girl?
Monet?
Well, Monet too, but Tariq's chick.
Oh yeah,
Lauren.
Size A.
No, not Lauren, but the other one.
Effie.
She closer to being Effie than she is Lauren, because she not a Lauren. We learned that she's not Lauren.
Yeah, agreed.
That gun, she was ride or die. She was ready for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She started busting that gun with no hesitation.
None.
And knew how to bust it.
Yeah.
She was busting shots. So now we are at Slick Eddie's American Diner.
I'm glad he got the name.
Because I'm going to go to that diner next time I go to Chicago. I'm going to look for it. Slick Eddie's.
We got to make that happen.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen. I need to go.
Make sure you had the cookies and Diamond grandmama's potatoes.
I was about to say, make sure you order more than coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna order coffee.
What is this? A fucking Starbucks? Make sure you order more than coffee.
They said the food at Slick Eddie's is good. I'm gonna go try it out. I'm gonna go try out Slick Eddie. So this chick, and again, I'm being sarcastic when I say this. I love how they just give us new characters with no type of rollout introduction.
That whole situation was a setup, and
Diamond, she knew him.
Fell into it.
Is she the feds? Is she a reporter? Is she?
I don't think she's a reporter.
I think she's working for somebody.
Yeah, I think she's working for either a rival gang or something. But she's definitely there for recognizance. She's definitely.
She didn't need that article though. If she's there on reconnaissance, she didn't need that article. She didn't need to look that article. She would have already had all that info.
Well, then I don't know. But
that's why I think she's a reporter. That's why I think she's a reporter. She's a reporter. She's something.
I don't trust her.
Or do you think it's somebody Jannard don't put on his brother?
It's not. No. I don't think her interest is just because she was just sitting at the diner and he walked in.
That wasn't an accident at all. She knew exactly who he was. She knew
And
when
his
he was
booth.
like that was on purpose. That was
And his
absolutely
booth.
a setup.
Right, in his booth. You could have said
Not
anywhere
only in
in
his
here.
booth, but he put his back to the door. What dude go in a restaurant by themselves and put their back to the door?
Especially
I
when
don't know those
especially
dudes.
when you a hood. When you hood, nah, you don't play them games.
Yeah, you just ran down on the Serbians. I've
We
been
had a
like, scooch
similar
over,
scene-
scooch
We had
over.
a similar scene with Lulu and what's buddy name? Joey Badass.
Unique.
Oh,
Unique. We had a similar scene with that with the diner in book 2, where remember Lulu was in there trying to eat, and Unique
But
rode
nothing
up
went
on
down
her.
at the diner. The
Yep,
diner was off limits for any beef.
yep,
Right.
yep. So I kind of feel like I don't know why. I don't think she's the feds, because if that's the case, it's stupid to introduce two separate law enforcement people. You got a set that's watching the Flins, and then you got a set that's on Dom and them. So I don't think that she's the feds. I think they're going to give her a different angle. I think she's going
they
to.
just don't know what that angle is
I
yet.
think she's a reporter. I think she's a
She
reporter
working
that
with somebody. If they already done smashed, she definitely working for somebody. I believe not no law enforcement, but I
it's not
definitely
law
believe she's
enforcement.
working. Yeah, she's not law enforcement, but I definitely believe because first of all, Diamond, you should have knew something was up just from the dialogue of the conversation.
Exactly.
Like just that alone, you would just think like,
That's
all
why I
right,
go
oh
back to the
no,
question: is she there for Jannar? If she's
I
working
think
for
she's a
somebody,
hitter. I don't think she's there for
is-
Jannar, but I think she's a hitter.
she
That's what
could
I
be. I'm leaning closer to she's a hitter than anything
Yeah, I think she's a hitter.
because the
And the
way
only
she
reason I say
moves.
that is because she knew where to find him.
Mm-hmm.
So that means somebody said you can find him in this location, right?
This
But
is
she
where he
didn't know
sits.
enough about the
this is
target,
where he
which would
sits.
explain why she was looking up for it, looking him up.
This is why I
So
lean more towards she's either a reporter or she's either there working for Jannar and trying to get close to his brother and let his guard down so he can take him out. It's one of the two. It's one or two. She can't be the feds. Please don't let her be the feds, or I'm going to really be irritated.
I think she's a hitter.
Those
I
were the
think she's a
feds.
hitter.
What pulls my teeth? Those were the feds that was taking pictures.
So this, I mean, she's a pretty girl. I like her, but she's another.
Gloria.
She's another.
Well,
Gloria.
I know you like her because she
She's-
looked just like your hoe. I mean, Carrie.
Yeah, I was gonna say she Gloria and Carrie. That's what you attracted to the fact.
Right,
we she looked like Carrie.
Right, we
Pinky
see
toes.
type, right?
She looked like Pinky Toes and Gloria. That's what you like about her.
Yeah, he don't want to do it no more.
Y'all done see.
He
Y'all
checked out on that one.
Y'all done bought up his woman. Y'all done bought up his woman.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Let me see your pinky toes and prove to me that you are not
Y'all so dirty. Y'all so messy. Y'all
Milgram.
so dirty. Carrie ain't got nothing to do with this. Let her rest.
She ain't slept with a few people yet, so she can't definitely
Yeah,
be
she can't be
the
Carrie.
professor.
She only slept with one person.
She's a hoe too. What are you talking about?
She
don't
ain't
know
slept
her
with a few
bodies.
people yet.
First episode, first time she meet this man, her legs open like a peace sign. What are you talking about? She's a hoe.
So
So wait a minute. So now she a hoe, but Carrie wasn't.
No, she wasn't. She had a condition. She had a condition.
biases.
She had a condition. Anyway, we talking about this slut right here. So this slut right here, she meet with Diamond. And
Yo, she about to spit out her smoothie.
Wait a minute, Stevie J. You just call the girl a slut bucket? You just call people slut buckets?
she had her legs open like a peace sign the first time she met this man.
They did a gentle spooning move that I appreciated.
No, they was getting it in, and I appreciated it.
Yeah, and he was awkward, just like it was his first time since jail. I enjoyed that too. I enjoyed the pillow talk.
Right.
But do you think that he let his guard down too soon with her? Like
absolutely.
Yeah,
and he was never supposed to take her back to his actual place.
Never.
Never
know where he
the fact that she showed up the next day with
you don't do that. We don't play them games. You don't show up, ma'am. You don't get to show up at my house. I wish a nigga would.
Do you think it's just him being naive because he's been in jail for? Nah, scratch that. Even 15 years ago, stuff like that wasn't even applying. You ain't about to get ready to pop up.
She got that phone call and had to go. She got that phone call and got the jet. That alone should have made him suspicious.
And that really should have made him suspicious when she get up out the bed because he didn't. He didn't
know about that.
Well, she did, but when they met, she said
25. That wasn't happening.
But when they met, she said her day starts at night. So that lets you know right there. There's something there. Something.
She's a hitter. Yeah. I don't understand why we get to see areola after areola after areola, but we're not seeing any bulge. We're not seeing any.
Well, you know, that's just they never show us. Listen, that's that misogyny.
Well, first of all, the women sell the scene. So let's start with that.
So the women sell the scene to y'all.
I already seen 2 areolas this morning. The
women sell the scene to y'all. I will take. Let me get the same, sir. Let me
I could have used the bulge. I already seen 2 areolas this morning. I needed a bulge. What's up with the bulges? We can't get no gray sweatpants. We can't get nothing.
Right? Can we at least get some gray sweatpants? Can we please? At least.
Y'all get chest shots. Y'all get chest shots.
Yeah, y'all saw chest.
We got denied even his hind parts. We didn't get to see his hind parts because when she got him, he scooped right behind her. I was like, get on top of that thing. What you doing? Come on, Diamond. Don't do this, man. Come on, Diamond. Get in the light. Step into the light, Caroline.
Something. Like I said, I'll take some gray sweatpants. Give me something.
Wow.
Well, a light jogger. I'll take a thin jogger. What you got?
Yeah. Okay.
And they're flirting. They're flirting with each other. And, he's not asking her the questions he needs. Diamond, I needed you to be asking her some of these questions. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you come from? Why do you have an interest in my life? Like,
she passed him her fork, and he ate off of it.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. You've been on guard for at least 17 years. You've been on guard in the game. Now you out here. You got police showing up at your job. At your business. You roll down on the serves. You got them pulling you over and questioning you in the back seat of a police car. You got all of these things going on. You see a pretty girl in the diner, and it's like, oh,
you hear walks like an angel in the background. Yeah. Trust me, I didn't get it. I think she might be a professional. I think she might be a hitter, and she might be a professional. What I mean by professional, she might be a working woman.
She said her day starts at night.
So she probably a working woman. She probably a working woman who's maybe she's just working for somebody to get the drop on them. Maybe she's not the person who gets the drop on them, but maybe she's working for somebody to get the drop on them. And that's the setup, and that could lead to why she eventually looked him up, because she really don't know about the job that she really doing.
Yeah,
maybe. But we all agree it's something ain't right. Something ain't right in the buttermilk with this one.
Yeah.
Oh no,
we all know that she has other motives. She has other motives, and she already achieved the first part of her mission, and that's getting him to let his guard down, and she don't slept with him. So
D said, "Boy, yes."
So the fact that she showed back up the next day, that should have sent up more red flags. Like, why are you back over here? But instead, he invites her to come back in. So he's getting in too deep with this girl. And for a drug dealer and a kingpin and moving weight the way you moving weight, you need to have your radar on at all times.
For a regular person, that's too much.
Yeah, for a regular person,
you're not supposed to know where you live, bro.
Yeah, no, she's not supposed to know where you live at all. You shouldn't took her to a hotel.
He rolled by himself. Jannard rolled by himself.
Yep.
So
she know everywhere you be at. Next, she gonna show up at the barbershop. Watch.
Yep.
I mean, you supposed to take her to a hotel. You can take her to a nice hotel, but y'all supposed to go to the hotel.
Yeah. So, I really don't have anything else to talk about this episode. Is there anything else that y'all feel of substance that we want to talk about? We already talked about Reggie, and we already know he got his water turned off. And, so Claudia, she feel like I'm a drug dealer now. Because she took 2 bodies down and, helped bury 2 bodies.
Yeah. She put her tits on the table, so to speak.
Yep. Yep. So she ready. I do agree with y'all that I do think that Liliana definitely needs to learn how to make design a drug. Because this doctor, I don't think she's gonna be around much longer. She's on shaky ground.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna run on them. She's gonna piss y'all off. Y'all gonna have to end up killing her before y'all get the formula. So either way, I think it'll be a great move for them to put Liliana on her, or let this lady go on, because this lady was trying to get home with her frosted flakes, and she was trying to get some groceries. She wasn't trying to make drugs. She said this. She said, "I didn't think that this was going to be an ongoing thing." What did you think when Claudia brought you over to the house, when they had that scene and Claudia pretty much threatened you? Then I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why she still was in shock.
I didn't understand it either. Now I understand that maybe it's thrown her off because old girl is gone now, and she's like, "Oh shit, this is real." Like maybe it got real. You know what I mean? But I agree. I'm like, why? Like, why you acting so nervous? Why you acting so scared? Like you was Billy Badass, and we could go negotiating and shit.
I guess because Tom had that gun pointed up her nose. Because even Tommy recognized that he was scared to shut the girl. He's like, "I'll put the gun away and we can talk, but you gonna make these drugs one way or another." And the crazy part about it is, when I don't understand people's tactics like that. When you are forcing someone to work by intimidation, you don't know what the end result is. You don't have no idea what this girl is putting in this product.
Especially since y'all don't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly they have this paperwork that she did illegally that would get her screwed up with the FDA or the court or something. I can't remember. Something about her name being on this paperwork. But that's just like Proctor had his daughter. That was a lot of leverage against him, right? And then he had this druggy wife. We don't have this infrastructure built up in this episode. We go by assumptions. We make this assumption that this is happening and that is happening. And I think that's why people are frustrated with the show, because then next week when you made these assumptions and they kind of wash all away, you're just like, well, I don't know what to think. Like,
right.
They had a gun. I mean, he is dry bagging. He is squatting.
Dry bagging. It's squatting. Y'all gonna leave JP alone.
JP got some shit with him. Like I said,
he looked like the dude that said, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis." The hair all slick back, like Leon.
JP a lot more if they give his character some substance. Like, y'all got him out here just dangling in the wind. It's kind of going back to what y'all were saying earlier about, we're going to throw this and we're going to throw that. We're going to see what sticks. And so, if we see things start going left with this character, we're going to put more emphasis into this character. Like, the writing.
Tommy never calls
hang
him.
On to with JP.
Huh?
We don't have nothing to hang on to with JP.
Like, Tommy never calls JP for help. JP is always calling Tommy.
Yep.
Because he's always in that damn house.
And
that's just like,
and if it wasn't for the one scene or the two scenes that we seen where he called Tommy for help when the bar got shot up and when the sun rode up on him, we wouldn't even know that he had a job.
Nope.
Facts.
So how are you paying for all these renovations? How are you getting these building materials for the renovation for the house?
What materials he got? I ain't seen him do I don't see him do a damn thing.
We didn't see him do nothing. We saw him pull out a stove. We saw him talk about he stripped the upstairs floor. We ain't seen nothing upstairs. He won't even let Tommy go upstairs, remember?
And where is the father at? Are we left to assume that the father lives there too?
I thought that's who was on the third floor, child, but I don't know.
I did too.
The father was a little punk ass attitude and his complete disposition.
I mean, it probably wasn't even his daddy. That probably was somebody he paid to act like his daddy.
Could be, probably.
I just suspect JP of this. Anytime you don't know something about somebody, you don't know enough, your mind just goes there. It could the scenario could be as vast or as minute as you want it to be, because it's all up to your own imagination. And in my mind, he's a squatter, and Tommy's like his big score.
Especially now that he know he's running drugs, so he's really gonna have his hands stretched.
Which that was convenient. I want to know what it is you do.
Mm-hmm.
We seeing this same move from old girl that Diamond met. Get the same. We getting the same vibe out of that scenario. Like it's just too. It's too many. This is a house of cards, and if the wind blow wrong, it's just all gonna come crumbling down.
I agree.
Crystal, what you get from Amazon?
It probably is a package.
Remember, she told us the other week that she was gonna stop ordering though, but we be the problem. We be the problem.
But we got issues, right?
No. We got issues. No, we don't want to go down that road. Do we want to compare the types of packages I'm getting versus the types of packages y'all are getting? I don't think y'all want to do that.
First of all, Retro is sitting everybody else got a normal wall. He's got a mountain of shoes that are minimum $350 a pair.
First of all, that's a green screen.
It is not.
That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
It's a background.
Yeah, nothing to see here, people.
All I'm gonna say is I be getting packages from like Juvia's Place and Amazon for $20-$30. What you be getting?
How often do you get those packages? I don't order anything. Once every day? That equals up to the one thing that I get once a month.
Maybe once a month. I may get a package.
I'm not getting in this.
And that one package equal all mine.
I get one package once a month, probably.
Yeah, same here.
Whatever. All right, I'm not even gonna call. I'm not gonna put your business out there, but you know that I know, and we all know. But I ain't gonna put your business out.
I don't have nothing to say. I support all of you all.
No pictures, no evidence. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I got pictures now. Again, I ain't putting. Oh,
don't tell her that.
All right, y'all. It's time to go.
Exactly. Miss Honey,
we incriminating ourselves. We gotta get up out of here.
That's about one word. Look in the back chat, Miss Honey.
Oh. Not 2 G's.
Oh man.
That's just a background. That's not real. Those are not real.
Oh no, that's not real.
Empty boxes.
Yeah.
Just empty boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man.
Crystal, be quiet. All right, y'all.
You started it talking about my Amazon habit.
Actually, no, Miss Honey started because she asked you what you was getting from.
But anybody asked you to add the part about I said I was gonna stop ordering. Anybody asked you to do that?
I'm just going by what you said on camera. You said on camera. I ain't about ordering.
Mind you, we've learned more about Retro and really B than we know about the diamond milk.
Right. We know more about right.
This is how easy it is, Power Writers. This is how it's done.
Oh look, now they gotta do their shoe of the day. Let them do their shoe of the day. Oh, I got those. Pretty. Are those the ones I have? Those not the ones I have.
No, these are the Alamays.
No,
those are really pretty. I like that silver accent.
I have some similar to that. He said they're not the same ones, but they're similar to that.
You like those?
So I know JOJ is a size 9. What size is your butt?
12.
Oh.
Oh, I hate you, Miss Honey. I hate you.
Wow.
It's time to go. Woo, it's time to go. Miss Honey, you are a mess.
Wow. Oh man.
Oh God. It's time to go.
Completely inappropriate. I blame Power. If I had just got a smidge of bulge, I wouldn't be in here being inappropriate.
Wow. Oh wow.
Curse you, Courtney. Miss Honey, I need you to go get in the corner right now and stay there.
Oh my God.
I I don't even know what to say. We will get ready to say goodbye.
Thanks and congratulations. I don't know. I'll say congratulations. I'll say congratulations.
It was just a question.
Not congratulations, though.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, I'm in tears. Oh my God, I'm in tears.
We were talking about the shoes.
Yeah.
We were talking about your shoes, all right.
We were talking about the shoes. I mean, you're out of line.
Me too. That's what I was talking about.
It was just an innocent question. It was an innocent question.
We were all talking about the same thing, right? Like
her reaction to the answer was hardly innocent.
Right. I was like, oh, let me. What?
Look at
you said what?
Oh, congratulations.
Oh,
I'm so embarrassed.
Well, let me get on off of here.
Oh, now you're gonna leave.
She needs to because she bad.
I know.
Oh my God, Miss Honey, go.
Right.
Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back Thursday to talk about Bel Air. So, like, comment, share, subscribe to our channel. We enjoy having Miss Honey when she comes on with us because she cuts up. Crystal, all your friends, I tell you what, I don't know. We haven't had one on here yet that doesn't act up.
Yeah, they do.
Don't blame
so,
me.
You know what? I'm starting to
very
believe
raw. I'm not gonna say act up. Very raw.
Ebby is right. Ebby is absolutely right. You're the ringleader.
Definitely.
You're the ringleader.
The ringleader of what?
We know you outside of this panel. So
I don't have no back talk. I respect my queen pins. I don't have no back talk.
See there?
What you need me to do? You
Birds
need
of a feather.
What you need me to do? You need me to surveil Retro? You need me to
recon?
Keep an eye on him?
No, she do a good job of that on her own.
Oh,
she does a good job of that on her own.
Because she's the ringleader.
Yeah,
she's the leader.
She don't need no help.
I've always kind of said that though. I was like, oh, she seems so innocent, but yeah, I don't
think.
Oh,
she's far from innocent.
What are you talking?
She's far from innocent.
No,
well, listen, you don't have to be innocent. You don't have to fit into that box. I think you do a great job.
I got receipts
of appearing to be innocent.
I got receipts. Don't look like that. I got receipts.
I am innocent. Y'all don't see that halo? That's what that light is over my head. My halo.
But that's what they've always said. Like you're supposed to be a lady in the street, right? I think you do a great job of giving us lady. Thank you. But word on the curb is that you are
Retro. You can stop shaking your head.
You know what? I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Got receipts.
Yeah,
I definitely got receipts.
You don't have no. Listen, let's go. You don't have no receipts. Wrap it up.
This thing is over. Cut this thing off. Get this camera out of here.
Where can we find you, Miss Honey? Wrap it up.
I enjoy y'all. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week. We're gonna
y'all are crazy.
We're out of here.